Alright, hi guys, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make bridges in Roblox. Just, why not? So, the first thing you're going to need is like a little set like this, or if you already have an area, that's great, right? And you're going to need your build tools. They're also called F3X tools, and the game I'm playing is Wilkinson Building, or Whimsical Building. It can be pronounced either way, I think. I do not know. Forgive me if I just butchered that. And now, you just hit J to place a block. So hit J on your keyboard, then click the ground, and that will plop in a block for you. And you drag it over. And you want to hit X to get to your expand tool, or resize tool. And slowly drag your thingy out to make a bridge. And there you go. Now you made a simple bridge. Just to make it look pretty, right? We're going to go over to the V tool, so hit V on your keyboard, or you can take your mouse and just slide over and click the paint bucket button over here, and I'm going to make my bridge brown. And also I'm going to go to the material tool, which is this little gear over here, and you can click it or you can click N on your keyboard. Then I'm going to go to the left side of my screen and choose wood, because I want my bridge to be wood. And I found the proper pronunciation of this game's name. It is Whimsical Building. So, that is how you properly pronounce this name. Now, as you can see, we got a beautiful bridge here. But this isn't up to real life standards because it's a levitation bridge. Now, in Roblox, this will work. I just wanted to show you guys this. But as you can see, if I move the ground away from my bridge, it just levitates, right? And there's nothing wrong with this because you're just making it for maybe your obby game or your adventure game or maybe even your first-person shooter game. So now you guys can cross this little wood bridge. And this is a simple bridge, right? Now, say we want to make something more complicated. So now we add a block again, and you guys know how to do that now, but just in case I'll tell you again. You either hit J on your keyboard, or you go over here to this plus sign, and you click the ground and we'll add a block. Now we're going to go over to the X tool, or this little bubble and square tool, and we're going to go ahead and resize our block and make it look really nice. And then we're going to go back over to the material tool, which is the N tool on your keyboard or the gear tool over here. And I'm going to make this concrete if I can find it. Yeah, so now I made this, but we aren't done yet. We're going to try and make it like a road bridge. So I'm just going to copy my block, and how you copy is you click on whatever block you want to copy, and you hit Shift-C, and then you use the Z tool to slowly move. And the Z tool are these little arrows up here, these things, and then this yellow outline shows up, and that lets you like move your stuff around. But I'm going to be moving this block that I've already made. I'm going to try and make it look like a bridge like from a war movie with like the big thingies that are on the sides of it. I might not be very good at it, but that's alright. You'll make your bridge how you want to make your bridge. I'll try and make my bridge pretty so you guys can copy it. But we will see here. Now I'm just going to copy these and put them over here. And how you copy more than one thing is you hold Shift, and you click on each thing, and then you just hold Shift-C like you're copying a normal thing. And I will show you that here in a second when I copy the whole bridge when it's done. And now I'm adding little side things, as you can see. And now we have a beautiful, it's still simple bridge. And it looks much nicer than the plank. In my mind, they're sort of tied, but some people like things to look very fancy. So, this is a fancier bridge. Now, I'll show you how to copy the whole entire thing. You hold Shift, and you want to click somewhere on your screen and just sort of drag your mouse, and then let go. And in my case, I accidentally selected this big block over here, so I want to hold Shift and click on that, which unselects it. Then hold Shift-C, and then drag this yellow thing. And now you see I got a copy of my bridge, but for some reason it left this stuff off. I don't know why. but that's how you copy a whole entire thing like that. And now, I'll show you guys how to make a really big bridge and make it unanchored and work. And I'll show you what unanchoring is real quick. Let's go ahead. So, in Roblox, physics or gravity isn't applied until you unanchor. So, right now this thing just can levitate. I can stand on it. Nothing bad's gonna happen. But if I click on it, right, so now it's got those yellow thingies around it, and we go over to the M tool, which has a little anchor of a ship on it, and you click on that, and you go over to the left side of the screen, and you click on anchor. Now it will fall. And now it has gravity and the ability to be pushed around. So if I make it bigger here real fast, now I could say push it around. And what I'm going to show you guys over here is we'll build a bridge in a way that it can be unanchored and still be used. Which you probably won't use this very much, which is why I'm going to build two bridges. We'll build one anchored bridge, and we'll build one unanchored bridge. So here we go. You'll just add a block, like usual, and then just slowly build your bridge. I'm actually going to make this bridge fairly nice. Maybe give it 2 roadway thingies. As you can see, I'm copying my roadway thingies and trying to get them all the way across. But as you can see, it didn't make it all the way, and that's not a bad thing. Maybe we'll try and make it look nice, give it arches, which is like a special swirl pattern that occurs sometimes on bridges for support. It's not very easy to make it perfect the first time, so you'll just have to stick with me as I attempt this. There we go. So how you rotate something is the C tool. So follow my mouse here, this little black thing, over to this, and when you click on that, that lets you rotate something. And I'll show you that here in a second. As we get the bridge, got the arch here, and beautiful. So now as you see, I made a little archway for my bridge, and I'll show you how I did that here, up here on this ground. So I'll add a block, and you guys know how to add a block now. And I make a second one, and I hold Shift, and I click. And now I have both selected, so I can move them both. But you can also do this while you're in the C tool, so you can click C on your keyboard to get it, and you'll get like this ball with like little balls on it. Or you can move your mouse over there and click on it on this little toolbar. And as you can see, I can rotate these, and they rotate around a center point, an invisible center point. Just for the sake of you guys, I can add a center point if I'm skilled enough to do that. Here, we'll see if I can do that. Alright, this is pretty close to the center. It's not perfect. It will still try and add its own invisible center point. Essentially, this ball in the center is the center point, and when you rotate it, they rotate around that point, and that's how it knows what it's doing. And then if you hold Shift-C and you copy this, now you're holding the copy, and this is how you make an arch, is you slowly make copies until you make a half circle. So an arch is like a half circle. That's the only way I can describe it. And then you just cut out this piece here. Now you have an arch. And then you put your bridge over top of that. And I'll show you here with this as my bridge is getting built. And you'll be able to copy my bridge in your game. And I'll be making more bridges here so you'll be able to see what's going on. There's an easier way to do this thing here that I didn't think about in the beginning, is I can just copy this piece over and over again. And beautiful. As you can see, we have our arches, and then we'll put a road right over it. Let's not have both on, shall we? And one of the best materials for bridges is concrete. For some reason, it just looks nice. Another one is brick, but if you have too much brick, it's almost overpowering. Same with concrete sometimes, but concrete is way easier to bear with. Like this concrete. And as you can see, I have a much more complicated looking bridge. Probably needs roads on top of it to make it look nice, but right now it's just sort of a dry looking bridge. You guys can go crazy with your bridges, maybe put roads over them like this. I can very quickly make a copy of this, put it inside of this, maybe use the both tool to shrink it like this, and paint it like a black, and make it look like a road goes on top of here. And as you can see, by layering these colors, it makes it look way nicer, even though it's super simple. So now the black on the gray makes the gray actually sort of pop. So now you see the gray more than if you get rid of this. Now you have too much gray. And now it's balanced. And now it looks nice. And it's a bridge. But now I'll show you guys how to make a bridge using real-life physics over here. And what you gotta know about when making a bridge with real-life physics is the support, like on that bridge, doesn't really matter because it's anchored and physics doesn't apply. But when you make a real-life bridge, support matters. And same with making a house in real life. So I'm just going to try and make this really simple. That way, it doesn't all explode on the, the first time. Let me make sure the water has its stuff, yeah. You know, not everything I do is perfect, friends. Now you gotta go all the way down. Actually, I probably should just do it over here. I'm gonna build a bridge here, and I'm just gonna add a block, right? And I'm gonna build a support beam, and how you do that is you're gonna want to go over to your increments and adjust your increments to 0.0001, right, for your X tool and for your Z tool. And you can see I already did it on my Z tool. So I'll show you guys that one more time. So hit Z on your keyboard for your build tool and go over to increment and set to 0.0001 and do the same thing for the X tool. Set its increment to 0.0001. You can see I just show you right there. That way you know the increment. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build supports for our little fake bridge, because I'm not going to build it there because the water is a little confusing, and I know that will confuse you guys. So we'll build like a little dual structure like this. See how it's doubled? And then we're going to put something on top of that like this. Fancy, right? Now you want to make sure it's pretty even and stays inside of this area, so it's not like gonna fall off and not wiggle around, because remember, everything's going to be unanchored, which means physics is going to be applied. Then you can just copy this and make it as long or as small as you want. And then we're going to put pieces on top of this. You can also just put one piece if you want. I'll show you guys that here in a second, though. But I'm going to put more than one piece, because in real life there would be most likely more than one piece. So we'll have more than one piece like this. Cut it down. As you can see, I'll build another one of these and show you guys what's going on with it. This is just a quick example of what it is. So this is one, and this is going to be the other one with all one piece. So as you can see, on the top of this, we have all one piece of material, and on this one, we have many different pieces of material. And what I'm going to do now that you guys built your bridges, hopefully, I know I went really fast, which is why I'm going to build another bridge and show you guys really slowly. Now hold shift, drag, and select it all, and go over to your M tool and unanchor it. Now you'll notice that it hasn't fallen over like a lot of stuff that we unanchor, right? And same with this one, you want to hold shift, drag, select it all, and unanchor it, and it's not falling over. But if I fly up, ooh, that was close, and let go, I can now walk on top of it. Basically what's happening is the force of my character is being transferred down through these. I don't expect you guys to understand the science, okay? But basically, yeah, you can see I'm already breaking it. The weight of my guy is going down through these supports. And as you can see, I can just knock this over. And that's basically what happens. You can do the same thing with this one. You can get up on top of it. Right? It's beautiful. Right? You can walk on it. And actually, it has real physics. So if you just start knocking this stuff out, it's gonna... Wait, why is that still standing like that? I think I just learned something today. Wait, does that mean, like, if you knock this one out, it will stay standing? I want to know now. Okay, well, that's all for this video. I'm going to make another video about this and show you guys how to make a house that's unanchored, because it's really fun to build houses that are unanchored and just, like, watch them collapse. So I know you guys will enjoy that. And I guess, goodbye.